Our music video is a narrative video, therefore we have used typical conventions of narrative music videos to ensure that our audience feel engaged with the storyline, and it gives it a real narrative feel. Within our video, we have considered Steve Neal's concept of repetition and difference. One of these typical conventions, which would be considered a repetition, is an establishing shot, as typically narrative videos will use establishing shots in order to set the scene for their audience. In our video, this can be seen through the crowd of people walking in slow motion at the beginning and throughout. This forms the context of the scene by showing the relationship between its important figures and objects. In our case, it is clear to see the main concepts of our piece will be on homelessness and people, as a group of people walk past a homeless man sitting on the floor. I've inserted a clip from Lil Baby's Close Friends music video, which is a narrative music video that starts with 4 establishing shots. The reason we decided to put our video in black and white was to ensure that the viewer's focus is on the protagonist rather than any other distracting colours. Also, this effect allows lighting and composition to become more important and emphasises on emotion. By looking at someone's face or into their eyes, you can provide a stronger emotional connection and relationship to your subject. Finally, this effect amplifies how you use negative space and adds depth to the image. Here I've inserted a clip from a music video that's all in black and white, which is Ed Sheeran's A-Team. When planning our music video, we took inspiration from this music video because the black and white effect creates more emotion. The camera shots in our music video were carefully thought about for the most part, and this is evident in the close-up shots of Georgie and me, as well as the high-angle shots looking down at Georgie/Alex. The reason we chose to use a lot of close-ups in our video was to ensure the audience got a real feel and emotional connection with not only our artist, but especially our actress Alex. Close-up shots are a lot more personal and therefore allow for this personal connection. Additionally, we used high-angle shots of Alex while showing her sleeping on the streets, in order to present her as vulnerable. The camera shots were particularly used in hopes of succeeding all possible emotions from our audience to maximise the possibility of them either donating to the charity or purchasing. The editing convention of most music videos that we decided to use was intercutting. Intercutting meant that we were able to alternate contrasting scenes. In our case, this was shots of me lip-syncing, shots of Georgie acting, and general shots of people. Although these 3 different types of scenes never crossed over, we still feel intercutting was effective, as when considering my lip-syncing shots and the homeless shots, it allows our audience to witness 2 completely different types of lives and see the comparisons between them, making the difference more significant. Intercutting is used in plenty different types of music videos, and I think this is the main reason why. We decided not to have me interact with the storyline, as I could be perceived as patronising and it may disturb the narrative story. The reason we didn't just focus on the narrative is not only because it is a typical convention to include lip-syncing in music videos, but also because we didn't want the audience to get completely distracted by our narrative. We still want them to listen and take in the lyrics of People Help the People. We have also incorporated slow motion and slower cuts within our video to create a photographic feel, in the hope that our audience have more time to take in the concept and different aspects within the shot. The other reason we have used slower cutting is purely because our song is a slower piece of music. In our video, we have challenged social stereotypes by presenting our homeless protagonist as a young female. In 2018, there were 320,000 people homeless in the UK, 75% of whom were male. Evidently, this means that male homelessness is a much bigger problem. However, this does not mean that female homelessness isn't. These stats tell us that in 2018, there were 48,000 homeless females in the UK. That is still 48,000 homeless, no matter what gender, and therefore we felt that this issue needed to be addressed, as in most videos that we watch, the person depicted as homeless is almost always male. Another reason for doing this was simply because our artist is female, and therefore most of our target audience are too. This meant that we had to try and relate our protagonist to our audience as much as possible. We also felt that out of all of New Hope's case studies, this was the most relatable, and therefore, by challenging stereotypes with regards to the gender of our protagonist, we have given this group of people, homeless females, a platform, and therefore more help and awareness from the public. Another way in which we have challenged conventions is by linking our music video to a charity. Although there are some charity songs, there are nowhere near as many charitable ones compared to non-charitable ones. The reason behind doing this was partly because we wanted to have a unique aspect of our video, as it would give more publicity, but would also mean that others have gained something from our video rather than just our artist. Additionally, this charity is very close to our hearts, and therefore we thought why not include it in our video if we are intending to raise awareness of homeless people anyway. Might as well have the charity gain from it if they can. Compared to other music videos, our use of branding had to be unique due to the fact that we have worked with a charity. It has meant that we have had to use two different purposes of our text: raising awareness for a charity as well as creating a music video to promote streaming and selling our song. Through the use of our website, we were able to individualise Holly and create a sense of a personal connection between the audience and the artist. This can be seen through the font of her name on the homepage in Snell Roundhand, which appears to be handwritten. To us, this font seemed to have a more feminine touch to it, hopefully relating the artist to the supposed target audience of a female. By using an About page on our website, we aimed to allow the target audience to feel as if they had a personal relationship with our artist. We have included a similar About feature in our digipack in order to further this personalised relationship through the sales of her CDs. However, we understand that in this day and age, due to the digital revolution, there is a decrease in CD purchases. Therefore, we have made her album available to download on the website. However, we understand that not everyone will look at both an artist's website and their digipack. Therefore, this is the reasoning behind why we have used an About feature in both. The gallery creates a wider impression of Holly for the audience, allowing them to see her from different angles and perspectives. The merchandise which we have featured on her store has been specifically designed to create a further platform for Holly's branding and publicity, through the advertisement of her signature and also European and American tour dates. The reason we have incorporated a signature on some of the merchandise was for various reasons. The first being it is an artistic tradition, the second that we hoped to make it Holly's own, and although our last reasoning wasn't our priority, often signatures will increase the value of a piece. We were able to address our second purpose to raise awareness for homelessness by including a donation link at the bottom of the store page. However, we were cautious not to give the wrong impression of Holly, using charity for her own publicity by including New Hope charity in her website when only relevant. Although New Hope is evidently not our own brand, we have had to use aspects of their branding such as their logo and their language style throughout the production process of our video in order to raise awareness of them as a legit charity. One of the ways in which we have done this is by using their logo towards the end of our music video. Our music video is completely in black and white. However, the New Hope logo is not. Evidently, one reason behind this coloured logo is simply because that it is the colour of their logo and we cannot change that. Another reason is to ensure our audience understand that although we have worked with New Hope to create our video, we are separate companies and brands, and so we don't want our audience to get the wrong impression. Thirdly, the colour of their logo being blue has connotations of liberation and stability. Our main aim for this music video was to reach out to our audiences, making them more aware of prevalent societal issues such as homelessness through watching our video. Uniquely, we have two different specific audiences, Holly's audience and an audience for the awareness of homelessness. This is unusual to have two different types of purposes. However, we feel as through both perspectives we'll gain a wide audiences through our smoothly edited piece with a clear storyline. Our primary target audience is Holly's fans. Therefore, we tried to create a clear relationship between Holly and her audience. In doing so, we closely focused the uses and gratification theory in our video. This is an approach which explains and helps producers to understand why and how audiences actively seek out specific media to satisfy their specific needs. The theory has four key parts: news, personal identity, personal relationship, and escapism. We are able to incorporate news by increasing awareness for people that are homeless, most specifically through our use of statistics on the cardboard and also the appearance of New Hope charity in our storyline. For personality identity, it is important that the audience can in some way relate to what they are viewing. For our videos, some of our audience may have experienced extreme poverty. However, more of our audience were likely to identify with seeing poverty around them. In order to develop a personal relationship with the audience, Holly's presentation of character was very important in our music video. Therefore, by doing hair and makeup and dressing her in everyday clothing means the audience will be able to relate to her. Her caring and giving nature to charity will give the audience a sense of admiration and also presents her in a positive light. Finally, we were able to create escapism for our audience through the use of our cinematography. The classically framed geometrical shots will engage the audience within the music video and bring escapism. As the producers/directors of our video, we are aware that the audience may enjoy watching a variety of other music videos, and therefore we need to incorporate, as mentioned in our answer to question 1, Steve Neal's idea of repetition and difference. The reason behind using Neal's concept was because we understand our audience will have certain expectations of a music video, and therefore we need to ensure to use key conventions of them to ensure they enjoy it, hence the repetition. However, for our audience to fully enjoy it, we had to make sure that we make up our video unique at the same time, hence the difference. Due to the fact that our music video holds a true story, Alex's case study, we hope to engage with the audience by creating a universal feeling of sympathy towards people that are homeless. Through our presentation of Holly, we aimed for her target audience to support the charity financially or to raise awareness, and hoping that they would buy into streams of the artist at the same time. While considering the stat that 1 in 52 people are homeless in the UK, we have to remember that these people have families, and therefore this isn't just 1 in 52 people affected, it is people's families, and so this means that the audience will be more prone to donating due to their societal relation to this issue. Also, we have to remember that one of the purposes of this video was to receive donations and awareness of our chosen charity as well as for homelessness. And we so hoped that by using a young female we would achieve more of an emotional response from our audience, as stereotypically women are viewed as more vulnerable. Additionally, by using a young teenager, we hope that this will cause any parents watching to feel emotional and therefore hopefully donate as a result. Our media product will be distributed through various platforms. We need to ensure that these platforms are flexible so that the audience can dip in and out of our product whilst busy doing other things. The music video will be put on YouTube, as this is a popular platform, with the current video on YouTube with the most views being a music video, Despacito. YouTube has positive features for our music video, such as recommended videos and YouTube mixes, which is likely to put our video on a further platform and get more views. Holly's album will be distributed through streaming online, iTunes and Spotify. Our video has potential to go international due to the fact that homelessness is an international issue. Exact numbers show that 500,053,742 people were homeless on a single night across the US in 2017, a 10% rise from 2015. This proves just how prevalent the issue is worldwide, and we hope that our own video can help these issues to a greater extent than just our area. Through our whole process of filming and editing, we managed to integrate many technologies to make our whole media products appear as realistic as possible. In regards of software, we used Final Cut Pro to edit our actual music video. Having had previous experience on this due to our AS production of a thriller, we felt confident on this software, and we were able to use effects such as slow motion and black and white, allowing the video to fit in with typical indie music videos. In creating the album cover, we used the software Adobe Photoshop CC 2018, and used online videos to learn how to create different effects and colour schemes within the Digipack. We created our website through the use of Wix, and the use of the website's template made the website easy to use and create. Whilst conducting our research, we blogged via WordPress and felt that this was more effective than Blogger, which we used for our AS media research into thrillers. Our use of hardware consisted of various products, mostly used for our filming. We filmed on both an iPhone and a Nikon camera. The iPhone was used for more spontaneous footage and was less obvious for the filming of homeless people in public. And the camera was used for more planned footage, such as in New Hope Trust. To keep our camera balanced, we used a tripod. However, we also filmed some handheld shots and used the stabilizer effect on Final Cut Pro to keep our shots stabilized. The final piece of hardware we used were our school Mac computers.